Well, I first saw the play when, in 1981, when I went to undergraduate school at the Florida State School of Theater. The play was really popular at that period. It was being done at universities all over the United States. And it is a really good mix of young roles for students. It involves 3 college kids and a 16-year-old boy, and then 3 or 4, actually 3 older characters. So it was a good mix for the Nevada Conservatory Theater in terms of mixing student talent with equity and professional talent. I like the play quite a lot. It is a play that I teach always in the gay play class, and I think it's an important play in the canon of gay literature, gay theatrical literature. The play is a post-Stonewall play, so post-gay liberation, and before the AIDS crisis began, and it sets in '73, which is really kind of a positive time for, I think, the gay community. They were being liberated, they were coming out, and the play deals with some complex problems, but in the end it's very, very hopeful. And I think if you look back at gay plays, earlier gay plays, they're often quite depressing, and sometimes the characters are self-loathing, and sometimes even suicidal. And then if you jump ahead of this period, the plays are largely about the AIDS virus and the gay men's health crisis. So it's kind of a special play in that it sets in a wonderful time in history, where I think the message is hopeful. The play was, at its time, the longest-running play on Broadway. I think it ran for 4 years, something like 1,831 performances. It's a successful comedy that works in the theater well. And this was a play largely considered to be a gay play that in 1973 had crossover audiences, meaning not just the gay community saw this play, but a great deal of the heterosexual community as well. So I think it's an important play, and it's a lot of fun. You know, as I said previously, the play is from 1973, and it deals with a young man who goes to Harvard and comes back home to working class South Philadelphia, and comes to terms with his homosexuality. And I think a concern that I had was, would this play appear dated, and would an audience, a contemporary audience, respond to the play? Would they be able to access the play, since gay rights have made so much progress and homosexuality is so much more accepted? Could we take the audience back into a time, you know, back to 1973, and would they be able to identify and relate and understand the questions and the struggle in 1973? And I think that was the concern the whole way through. The tricky thing about that is I don't think you know until you try to put it on its feet and actually get actors in the room making choices. But I knew that it was a good play, and I knew that it was an important play, and I knew that it is produced, you know, not all that often, but it's had a long, I mean, every year or so, some theater repeats this play. So I thought I certainly thought it was possible, but I think before I went into rehearsal, that was certainly a concern, is could we go back in time to 1973 and see the issues from the perspective of those people? And I hope what will happen is it'll be useful for us to go back and imagine 1973, to both realize how far we've come and perhaps how much further we could go.